From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good morning and happy Friday. Right now you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel, and you're not seeing anything right now, and that's the point, as we have some very thick fog in the Tri-Cities. So you see essentially no visibility right now in the Tri-Cities, spanning up towards Connell and Mesa, also up towards the Hanford side. Some pretty thick fog down in the lower Yakima Valley as well, and just like with yesterday morning, some of this could be some freezing fog, as we are below freezing in the Tri-Cities for Connell, up towards the Hanford side, also in the lower Yakima Valley. So not only would that deposit some ice on the exterior of your windshield, but also that can make some of the roadways a little bit slick. We saw that yesterday morning. It's something we're going to be keeping tabs on for this morning. We're seeing the very beginnings of this approaching storm system, and we're going to have a lot more action on the radar over the next 48 to 96 hours, but just some very light snow showers up in the Cascades for now. We're thinking this is going to trickle down into the Tri-Cities probably into this afternoon. It would just be in the form of a cold rain. So here's the bottom line for the forecast. Rain and snow chances increasing throughout the day in the Cascades for today, and then we'll have a lot of rain in the mountains, especially in the Cascades from Saturday through Tuesday. It will pose a bit of a flooding risk because snow levels will be so much higher, because we'll be so much warmer for this weekend. I'll tell you how much rain we're expecting. I'll tell you just how warm we could be, and that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, 3 massage parlors in Kennewick busted for sex trafficking. 3 people have been arrested, and we have exactly which businesses were busted.
But first, a teen from Richland dies from severe abuse, and now his stepfather has been charged with his murder. We have the details on what exactly happened.
Also ahead, worries ramping up as the IRS is reeling from a mass layoff. And this could impact your tax filings and refunds. We have the latest developments on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
Oh, it is Friday, and I'm already making messes on the desk.
What happened, Jade?
Well, I was told to move my can of my energy drink because
we hide our energy drinks.
Because we get up early and have to hide these from you guys. And then I made a big mess, and
just
I spilled.
It came onto us for camera.
So we're going to take care of that in a little bit.
Yeah, right now.
But yeah, we have some big information we want to get to. A lot of news coming in this morning, weather, of course, impacting your commute as well. But we want to start with some new information this morning, and we want to warn you, this is a pretty heavy situation. The stepfather of a former Richland teen who died of some severe abuse has been charged with the murder in the boy's death.
44-year-old Stephen Griffin is charged with murder in the killing of his stepson, 16-year-old Daniel Garza. Garza died back on February 7th in Indianapolis after 11 days in the hospital, and doctors report the teen weighed 94 pounds and was suffering from a brain bleed as well as severe burns, bruising, and fractures. Garza's mother, Kristen Griffin, is also facing charges of child abuse and neglect.
So the stepfather is accused of throwing hot water on the boy, which resulted in some severe burns to his face, his neck, his chest. He's also accused of beating him continuously and stopping on his ankle until it broke. Authorities say Garza moved with his mother and stepfather from Richland to Springfield back in November. We are learning that that stepfather's next court date is March 24th. And in other news this morning, the Kennewick Police Department has arrested 3 people after an investigation involving 3 massage parlors in Kennewick. Investigators say that they have been investigating complaints on these massage parlors that include Sunshine Massage on West Gage Boulevard, Genesis Spa on West Clearwater, and Lotus Massage also on West Clearwater. Now, 3 suspects arrested include 2 55-year-olds, 1 34-year-old. The suspects were arrested on suspicion of prostitution and massage license or certification violations. Amira Ministries is helping to provide services to people who have been affected by human trafficking at those 3 locations.
Now to a follow-up. It's been almost a year since 31-year-old Irene Fleming of Pasco was reported missing in Grant County, and there is still no sign of her. Fleming was last seen leaving a friend's home on February 25th of 2024, right outside of George, and the Grant County Sheriff's Office arrested Fleming's former boyfriend, but said the arrest was unrelated to her disappearance. Some have suggested that Fleming's case may be a mental health case, while others say she may have taken a bus or been given a ride. Although it's been a year, authorities say it's not a cold case.
Once you hit that 1 year mark, how harder does the investigation become?
Well, it's difficult to say because every case is different. What we would like to do is bring Irene home to her family. And even though it is the 1 year anniversary, it's not a closed case. It may have cooled off a little bit. We're waiting for the person to step forward and give us a piece of information that we don't already have so we can go find Irene.
Now, detectives say they'll continue to work the case, but if you have any information about what happened, please contact the Grant County Sheriff's Office. And now to another missing person from a while ago. The FBI is now offering a reward up to $10,000 for information that could lead to the recovery of Chance Anthony Carson. Carson was seen last 2 years ago in Omak, Washington. He was reported missing on the Colville Reservation on March 15th of 2023. Authorities suspect foul play in his disappearance, and this comes after reports of an altercation involving him and 2 other people. Carson is described as Native American with black hair and brown eyes, and he's described as 5'9" and 178 pounds. Call the FBI if you know anything about this.
5:06 now, and a Washington Senate committee is advancing a bill on party lines, putting responsibilities and restrictions on online companies and platforms that serve kids and teens. Capitol correspondent Albert James shows us why supporters say the standards protect children from the documented harms of social media, and why opponents say the bill won't even have a chance to keep kids safe.
Bill passes subject to signature. Thank you.
Senate Bill 5708 would require companies that provide online services to provide data and privacy protections to all users under 18 years old. That includes not collecting and using a minor's personal information, not giving them notifications at certain periods of the day, and not providing them a, quote, addictive feed that displays content based on the minor's information.
So we have all seen the ways that children's mental health suffers at the expense of the companies that seek to profit off their negative emotions, quite frankly. And let's be honest, it affects all of us too.
Prime sponsor Noel Frame, a Democrat from Seattle, says online platforms need to do more to protect minors from the harms of social media, like those outlined by the U.S. Surgeon General last summer. Democrats on the Senate Business, Financial Services, and Trade Committee all voted in favor of moving the bill forward.
We should take action to protect our kids against what we know are harms that are happening right now.
Groups representing tech companies oppose the bill, questioning the constitutionality of the regulations and pointing to similar legislation across the country being challenged in the courts. Committee Republicans echoed that point as they all voted against the bill, saying they should wait before spending money on implementing rules that could be overturned.
Even if this bill was to pass and the governor was to sign it, we are be assured of it being held up in the courts for at least a couple of years, which means that if our intention is to protect our children, it's going to be 2 years before the courts decide what's going on.
The bill now moves to the Senate Ways and Means Committee, which has until next Friday to consider the legislation and whether to move it to the full Senate. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Thank you, Albert. 5:08 now to Walla Walla. Washington Governor Bob Ferguson announcing the Washington State Department of Commerce has awarded a $1.5 million grant to Sky NRG for the building of a sustainable aviation fuel plant in Walla Walla County. It's called Project Wigion, and construction on the plant is expected to begin in 2026. Governor Ferguson says the project is expected to bring 600 jobs to Walla Walla by the time construction begins and have 100 full-time jobs once the plant begins production, and that is expected to be in 2029. You can read more about the project and all about it up on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. All right, check this out. At Tri-City Americans home games, you'll see 50/50 tickets sold by the Tri-City Hockey Booster Club, which is an organization dedicated to promoting hockey in the area.
That's right, and the club has been around for over 30 years, and those tickets they sell bring in a lot of money that helps the players in many ways. It's also a place where everyone who loves the game feels like they belong. Our Dan Hansen has more on this story.
At all Tri-City Americans home games, the Tri-City Hockey Booster Club sells 50/50 tickets, not only to benefit the team, but hockey in our area. The Booster Club has been around for more than 30 years, and those raffle sales bring in over $30,000 annually. Club President Jim Rawlinson says those funds go toward two main causes: the Americans Player Education Fund, helping players pay for college, and the Tri-City Amateur Hockey Association.
Usually about $4,000 to $5,000 a year for the last couple of years, so that they can upgrade their equipment, use it for ice rental times.
Rawlinson joined the club 7 years ago with one goal in mind.
This is for the kids, and our Tri-City Americans, they're all 16 to 20-year-old kids. So it's nice to be able to do something for them because they give us a lot of joy. You know, a little heartache here and there, but a lot of joy.
The Booster Club also supports players beyond the game, hosting Christmas parties, bowling nights, and other events. Americans head coach Stu Barnes says their support is invaluable.
As they transition from here, moving on, they get a good chance to go to college, and the Booster Club is a huge supporter of that. For every year that our guys play here, they get a year of college paid for.
The club also donates money to local leagues, helping with new equipment and covering ice rental costs for young players. The Tri-City Hockey Booster Club is always looking for new members, and it's simple to join. Either attend one of their meetings, give them a call, pay an annual fee of $18, and you might just see an Americans player or two. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. It is tax season and your refunds could be impacted this year after some major layoffs at the IRS. We have those details and how it could impact you coming up in your national headlines.
But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth is going to have your first alert weather forecast. He'll let you know what to expect for today, and later on he'll let you know what to expect for the weekend. Good Morning Northwest will be right back.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
This is Apple Valley Eats.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shots Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary buffet options, including our salad bar and a variety of desserts that will have you coming back for seconds. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces, big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers. Try the Mount Adams or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. After that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
It is Heart Health Awareness Month. Problem symptoms may include indigestion, heartburn, or extreme fatigue. There's more at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Gabby Petito, now tonight.
The text messages you haven't seen. What did they reveal?
And for the first time, her parents and their spouses tell their story.
There was a note found. It said, burn after reading.
Tonight on ABC's 2020.
This newscast sponsored by Yakima Federal Savings and Loan. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a bit of a temperature tour for this morning as we're hovering right around freezing in both the Cascades and the Kittitas Valley. 33 for Ellensburg, 29 in Cle Elum, so you might have to break out the ice scraper there. The same thing in the Yakima Valley, where we're seeing temperatures also, kind of hovering right around that 32-degree threshold. 30 for Yakima, 33 in Toppenish, 30 in Sunnyside. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, looks like most of us actually below freezing. 29 for the Tri-Cities, 31 for Hanford, 27 for Mesa. I had to break out the ice scraper personally this morning in Kennewick, and then in the Blue Foothills, some of us above freezing: Heppner, Lexington, Pilot Rock, Pendleton just barely, but below freezing in Walla Walla and Milton Freewater, and much colder up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, places like Cabbage Hill and Meacham. Here's your day planner for today. For lower elevations, not as pretty as yesterday, not as much sunshine, and we'll have those small shower chances increasing around lunchtime, maybe a little bit before that in the valleys, and becoming a bit more widespread into this afternoon. But again, lower elevations going to stay mostly dry for today. The rain and the snow is going to be likely up in the Cascades. Even the Blues are going to be mostly dry for today, and winds gusting out of the south and southwest upwards of 20 to 30 miles per hour in the mountains. And these high temperatures about 5 degrees below average for this time of the year. And then for tonight, once again, rain and snow likely up in the Cascades, still mostly dry for other locations. The winds continue to gust out of the south and west between 20 to 30 miles per hour in the mountains, but the action is going to ramp up big time for Saturday, especially Saturday night. So I'll time that out and I'll tell you how much rainfall we're expecting specifically up in the Cascades, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 5:16, time for national headlines this morning as more than 6,000 workers were let go yesterday from the IRS right in the middle of tax season. A source familiar with the cuts say that they were mainly aimed at probationary workers. We're told many of them are a part of a Biden administration effort to ramp up audit rates of wealthy taxpayers and large corporations. But how does this affect you at home? Well, these terminations could reduce customer service availability, and some accountants and other IRS workers are warning that refund checks could take longer to hit your bank account. Supporters applaud the cost-cutting efforts. The Trump administration says that it would like to effectively abolish the IRS. All right, so much more ahead on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we'll check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, and he'll break down what you can expect for the rest of the week, giving you a live look outside this morning. I don't think it's a broken camera. I think it's a lot of fog rolling into the area this morning. Josh will let us know what visibility looks like when we come back. It's 5:17.
The President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row has been extended, so there's still time to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last, or score 60 months no interest. But hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
After 2 weeks off, the Kraken returned to the ice. From the pine trees to the palm trees, a clash with the defending Stanley Cup champs is on tap. Kraken, Panthers, pregame at 2:30, Saturday on MeTV.
Gabby Petito, now tonight.
The text messages you haven't seen. What did they reveal?
And for the first time, her parents and their spouses tell their story.
There was a note found. It said, "Burn after reading."
Tonight on ABC's 2020.
You used to love these shoes, but they aren't you anymore. So why not donate them to your local Goodwill? Proceeds from Goodwill sales fund programs that provide specialized training and support for people with disabilities, helping them develop essential workplace skills, promoting inclusivity and empowerment. Job seekers who will one day walk in someone else's shoes, perhaps yours, and proudly share stories about their awesome Goodwill find. When you donate to Goodwill, you'll know the future's in great hands. And shoes. Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
If your family is anything like this, you need quality floors from Empire today. Like durable carpet with built-in stain and pet protection. Tough wood laminate with a scratch-resistant finish. Or waterproof vinyl plank floors. Even bath time is no match. And when life happens, Empire backs every floor with great warranties. Quality floors you can count on. Save $350 on your next project. Call this special number now.
1-844-254-8536.
Starting a business is hard. You have to stay connected at all times.
As we've been growing the studio, Spectrum's been there every step of the way. I'm always able to make the phone call that I need. I'm able to shoot that text message or that email. Every vital piece of equipment that we have here uses Spectrum.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $40 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep your business connected.
The President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended, so there's still time to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Colorado Twin for only $149.99 or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Kraken, Panthers, pregame at 2:30, Saturday on MeTV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. I just wanted to give you the lay of the land over the next 7 days before we get into it. So we'll be tracking a couple different storm systems, one for late Friday through Sunday, and then another one for Monday and Tuesday, definitely much drier after that. So let's go ahead and let's start talking about all of it. We start off with today. This morning we'll start off with small chances of snow in the Cascades, with some small rain chances coming down to the Kittitas Valley after 10 a.m. and into the Yakima Valley and Lower Columbia Basin after 12 p.m. This afternoon is also when rain and snow chances start to pick up for the Cascades, but snow levels will be rising as well. Then for tonight, a wintry mix will be likely until 10 p.m. in the Cascades, with a transition of freezing rain possible during the overnight hours. Small shower chances will make it down to the Blue Foothills and Blue Mountains around 6 p.m., with rain and snow possible at pass level in the Blues. Overall, chances for precip will stay fairly limited for the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Blue Foothills. For Saturday, it'll be another day where the highest precip chances are in the Cascades, with the rest of the area lagging behind. Freezing rain is possible in the Cascades before 7 a.m., but will likely transition to a cold rain for the rest of the day. Even the Blues could see a transition to exclusively rain, but that would likely be after 10 a.m. Then for Saturday night, after 4 p.m., we'll finally see our first surge of widespread wet weather from this storm system. Not only will rain still be likely in the Cascades, but it will also be likely in the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Blue Foothills, and this will likely continue through much of the night. So before we get to the snowfall and the rainfall, I first wanted to touch on the wind gusts, as they will be a factor for tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., specifically up in the mountains, as they could gust upwards of, 45, 50 miles per hour in the Cascades and in the Blues, mainly gusting out of the south and west. Snowfall over the next 48 hours, not going to be a big factor, probably less than an inch or up to an inch for some of our Cascade passes, and maybe getting upwards of an inch for Tollgate off of Oregon 204. Okay, now to the main event. Some of the rainfall totals we're expecting from 4 this morning through 4 in the morning on Monday. And yeah, we could get some for lower elevations for sure. Maybe upwards of an inch in the Blues, maybe upwards of 3.5 inches in the Cascades. And as if that's not enough, we have that follow-up storm system in Monday and Tuesday. Maybe we could get another 1.5 inches of rainfall up in the Cascades. So let's go back and let's add that together, okay? 3.6 plus 1.5, that would be over 5 inches of rain in the Cascades over the span of about 4-ish to 5 days. So there will be a localized flooding potential up in the Cascades, especially in and around some of those smaller streams. And the reason why it's going to be rain in the mountains as opposed to snow, higher snow levels, because of higher temperatures. We'll be up around 60 degrees in the Tri-Cities for this weekend. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, as we will see small rain chances Friday and Saturday, which will turn likely Saturday night into Sunday, then trending drier for Monday, Tuesday, and beyond. In Yakima, increasing rain chances over the next couple days, rain likely Sunday and Monday, then dry and mild Wednesday and Thursday. In Ellensburg, small rain chances today, but rain likely for Saturday through Monday, then drier overall next week. In Hermiston, small rain chances today and tomorrow, which will grow tenfold Saturday night into Sunday, then looking drier for Monday and beyond. Then for Walla Walla, dry today, about a 50-50 shot of rain on Saturday, rain likely Sunday and Monday, then drier overall into next week. Now you're taking another fog-obscured look, this time at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. And thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
The best deals of the year are going on now at Overturf Kia. The new 2025 Kia Sportage gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas engine, a gas-electric hybrid, or as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new 2025 Kia Sportage LX Hybrid with all-wheel drive starts at just $32,335. Plus, get 5.99% interest for 72 months. Overturf Kia in Kennewick.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
This President's Day, McCurley Honda invites you to discover the vehicle that's the perfect fit for your drive. Take advantage of exclusive financing, like 1.9% on the new Honda CR-V or 2.9% on the Honda HR-V during the President's Day event. There's never been a better time to find a vehicle that fits your budget. The President's Day event is the event you've been waiting for, but it all ends this month. McCurley Honda. It's always your way home.
Good Shepherd is expanding its cardiology services to the region with the addition of Dr. Courtney Virgilio. Dr. Virgilio's specialty is caring for patients with all types of heart disease. She's passionate about cardiology because it's both challenging and rewarding to help someone who may be on death's door. And by providing state-of-the-art care close to home, she can help them not only survive their cardiac event, but also help them optimize their longevity and quality of life. Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first. Always.
After 2 weeks off, the Kraken returned to the ice. From the pine trees to the palm trees, a clash with the defending Stanley Cup champs is on tap. Kraken, Panthers, pregame at 2:30, Saturday on MeTV.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
5:27. Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news this morning, we're talking about George Clooney. And if you think we're talking about his roles, well, it's easy to imagine that the actor lives a pretty luxurious life.
That's what you would think, Ray. Well, not really. So in a new interview, the 63-year-old says he's been spending a lot of time farming.
Okay, but he still probably has a lot of money.
Farming's kind of luxurious. Like, that's awesome.
The fact that he has the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he and wife Amal Clooney and their 7-year-old twin spend time in England and Kentucky. The duality, right? But mostly they live on a farm in France, and that means Clooney is doing farm stuff, like driving a tractor.
You could take a ride on the big green tractor.
I bet Amal thinks his tractor's sexy. Why is he doing this? Well, he says it's the best chance of a normal life. But also, don't worry, he's not retiring from acting.
In fact, Clooney is currently preparing to star in a Broadway adaptation of his 2005 movie, Good Night and Good Luck.
Oh.
Okay.
Taking it to the stage.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Yeah. Really, a normal life, living on a farm in France?
Yeah, I mean, you get
okay,
cute goats.
George. Okay. Yep, you're just like one of us. Okay, in more entertainment news this morning, reality star Paris Hilton opening up her closet full of designer clothes to help out local firefighters.
So Hilton teamed up with the Vestiaire Collection, that group, to sell nearly 100 of her treasured designer pieces, some from the early 2000s. Oh, that's iconic. And this included a number of outfits like tracksuits and luxury
AKA juicy suits.
Yes, the juicy couture suits. Oh my goodness. So luxury handbags as well, and many were made by brands like Versace, Balenciaga, and Miu Miu.
All of them sold within a day, and the proceeds will go to Los Angeles wildfire relief.
Yeah, Hilton, just one of the latest celebrities to hold a charitable closet sale. Kate Moss, Julianne Moore, Natasha Lyonne, Parker Posey, and so many others. Candace Cameron Bure, they've all held similar sales like this, all to help with the victims of the fire. Yeah,
and she's sliving. They're all sliving.
Yes, I love it.
I love it.
Okay, so do you know Paris Hilton slang?
Yeah, that's hot. And I feel like firefighters say that's hot as well. By definition.
There you go. All the things coming full circle. Hey, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A lot of people gathering in Yakima earlier this week to work on the county's plan in addressing homelessness, but it's now facing some pushback from Deputy Mayor.
Deputy Mayor Matt Brown saying he's concerned about the effectiveness of the plan, and we hear what exactly he said coming up in our next half hour. But first, let's check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, say goodbye to Amazon's App Store on Android. It's being shut down in August, along with the Coins digital currency, but the App Store isn't going away entirely. Amazon says it will still operate on its own devices, such as Fire TV and Fire Tablet. Apple's visual intelligence is reportedly coming to the iPhone 15 Pro with the next software update. The feature works a lot like Google Lens, using AI to analyze anything you point your camera at in real time. It's already available on the newest iPhone 16 series. And a milestone for ChatGPT. The chatbot has reached 400 million weekly active users. That's double the number recorded 8 months ago. The COO of ChatGPT's developer, OpenAI, says they're now serving 5% of the world each week. That's great and all, but nothing compared to the 1,760-yard rock I found. Now that's a real milestone. Those are your Tech Bites.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check first that you bought seats in the right section. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Time to press rewind with Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair. It has derm-proven retinol expertly formulated to target skin cell turnover and fight not 1 but 5 signs of aging. With visible results in just 1 week. Neutrogena.
Okay, y'all, I heard Mayel's Kalahari Melon and Aloe Vera line is changing the game. Up to 5 days of moisture and no wash days in between. Let's see about that. Can you believe this is day 5?
Imagine what you could do with up to 5 days of moisture.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, so Jade, you gonna spill anything right now?
No, I'm not gonna spill anything else.
Just as we started the newscast, she had spilled her energy drink. And
I've removed all liquids from the area.
Okay, good.
But I can't turn around too fast because it's behind me and then I'll probably kick it. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna,
So
right
we'll
here,
try not
guys.
to kick it either.
Just dialed in, yeah. How's that 3-degree guarantee? Are you dialed in on that?
I lost.
Oh no!
Which means that someone won. So let's go ahead.
Good. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Congratulations to Lori DeWitt. She wins the jackpot. She wins the $200. Thanks for playing. And so for today, the jackpot is $0. So unfortunately, no one's going to win anything. But if the actual high falls within 3 degrees of my forecast high, so between 41 to 47, the jackpot is going to go up to $25. But if my forecast goes bust, then nothing happens because the jackpot is at 0. Okay, right now you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. We're not seeing anything here this morning. That's not an accident. That is by design because the fog is obscuring all visibility in the Tri-Cities, spanning up US 395 to Mesa and Connell, also up towards the Hanford site. So in those areas, not only would it be fog, but it would probably be some freezing fog, just given that the temperatures this morning are below freezing in the Tri-Cities and for Connell and up towards the Hanford site. So just like with yesterday morning, not only could this put a thin layer of ice on the exterior of your vehicle, but also it could make the roads a little slick. So just another good reason to take it slow out there. Okay, we're tracking some very light snow showers, maybe even a rain-snow mix up in the Cascades for this morning, but we'll definitely have more activity throughout the rest of the day, specifically up in the Cascades. But some showers could slip down into the Tri-Cities into the afternoon and for this evening, so that's maybe when you would want to break out the raincoat, but otherwise it's going to be heavy jacket weather as we're still going to have highs that'll be about 5 degrees below average for this time of the year. So a gray day, mostly wet up in the Cascades, and I'll take you you. I'll actually show you what the incoming rainfall is going to do to some portions of our viewing area are running a seasonal rainfall drought. So I'll show you what the rainfall is going to end up doing to that, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour with continuing coverage in Yakima, more than 100 people gathered earlier this week to work on Yakima County's 5-year plan to address homelessness, but it is facing pushback. After the first session, Yakima Deputy Mayor Matt Brown is saying he's concerned about the plan's effectiveness. Now Brown bringing a draft of a resolution to the table at this week's City Council meeting, saying the countywide coalition in charge of funding projects to end homelessness isn't meeting its goals.
We were all pretty frustrated. Nothing seems to be working. We keep throwing a ton of money into it, and there's not a different outcome that is happening.
And coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, we'll dive deeper into some of his concerns and the response from Yakima County Commissioner Kyle Curtis.
Taking you to Oregon, where the state has introduced a new loan program which provides 0% interest loans to cities and counties to build new housing. So this program stipulates that housing built under the program must rent or sell to families making less than 120% of the area's median income. The typical loan is expected to be paid off in 10 years, and the fund is repaid with a fee in lieu of property taxes at no additional cost to the owners, which allows the state to repeatedly lend out the funds. According to the governor's office, by July 2025, the state will have financed 2,800 affordable housing units and provided infrastructure for over 25,000 affordable and market rate housing units.
Now, a new bill in Olympia could make it easier for first responders to afford a home. House Bill 1022 would require the Department of Commerce to team up with the Housing Finance Commission and offer down payment and closing cost loans for people who are medical workers, firefighters, police officers, and mental health professionals. The bill is sponsored by Representative April Connors from the Tri-Cities, and it aims to bring more of these critical workers into our community.
It is for folks that are at the lower end of the spectrum coming in. I have heard before that, some of our police and firemen are paid really well, but this is really for people that are starting out in that industry, that are just getting started.
The zero interest loans can't exceed 5% of the first mortgage or $25,000, whichever is more, and borrowers would have to repay the loan if they sell the home or pay off the mortgage. And Connors also says because it's a pilot program, it would only be in place for a few years.
5:37 now, and Yakima Valley Libraries is collaborating with the Yakima Nation Language Program for a new event to help share their language and culture. Twice a month, members of the community will be invited to come down to the library to learn Ichishkin, also to learn the languages important in Yakima culture. Now, the event is free for all ages, and it doesn't require any prior knowledge, just a willingness to learn.
I hope that more people are introduced to the language and want to continue to access more resources, and so there's more community involvement with the Yakima Nation Language Program.
So these meetups will be from 5 to 6, and they'll be at the Yakima Central Library on the first Thursday of the month, and then at the Toppenish Library on the third Thursday of the month. All right, 5:38 and so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. An executive order from the Trump administration shaking things up at universities when it comes to their approach to DEI initiatives. Washington officials fighting back on the order, and we have the story coming up.
But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert is going to have your forecast for today, so keep it right here. We'll be back in a few minutes.
This newscast sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Get President's Day savings on Kicks, Sentra, or Rogue.
For the #1 shopping experience according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now get up to $2,500 total savings on Rogue.
Got a birthday coming up? Celebrating a big win? Or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
February is Heart Health Awareness Month. To keep your heart fit, make sure to have regular checkups. Get more at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Next live from the White Lotus, Carrie Coon. Plus, Good Morning America's Will Reeve. And Lives After the Oscar show is right around the corner.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
All right, everybody. I know it's easy to forget things, but we don't want you to miss this new deal from US Cellular. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus on us and stay a step ahead with Galaxy AI.
Ooh, I can save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal. I have a facial. This was fun.
Oh, come on. You have flowers? Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Get President's Day savings on Kicks, Sentra, or Rogue.
For the #1 shopping experience according to JD Power, get to Nissan now. Now get up to $2,500 total savings on Rogue.
The road to the Oscars is heating up the mornings on GMA. The stars, the style, all the inside buzz on Hollywood's biggest night.
We are on the road to the Oscars.
Every morning, the countdown is on. No one does the Oscars like Good Morning America.
Somewhere beyond the sea, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer Village, and we're going to start off at Schweitzer as the new snowfall totals. And remember, these are reported during the afternoon of the previous day, so these aren't necessarily 100% accurate, but I wanted to mainly touch on the base depth as these have gone way up. Now the base depth over 70 inches for Schweitzer Village, and then we'll take it down to Ski Bluewood, where this base depth is now a little bit closer to 90 as opposed to 80, so definitely some big time progress made there. We're also making progress at White Pass, where we're a little bit closer to 70 inches as opposed to 60 inches. Okay, now on to the big picture. I love talking about the big picture, especially when it comes to previewing an incoming storm system. And so let's do that right now, okay? Here are the seasonal rainfall deficits and surpluses we're tracking heading into this storm system. And here's what we're thinking it's going to look like on the tail end of this storm system. So heading into this storm system, we have seasonal rainfall surpluses, so that's good, right? We have surpluses of about 10 to 30% in the valleys, about 45 to 50% in the basin, and unfortunately a rainfall deficit, a very subtle one, but a deficit nonetheless in the Blue Foothills. So on the tail end of at least late Friday through Sunday, keep in mind we'll have a little bit more rainfall into Monday and Tuesday, but we're thinking about 4 to 8% improvements across the map, at least for lower elevations, and finally flipping that deficit back to a surplus in the Blue Foothills. But the biggest rainfall totals obviously not going to be in lower elevations. They're going to be in the higher elevations. I'll tell you just how much of a deluge we could have up in the Cascades, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:43 now, and universities are reviewing a recent Trump administration directive that orders the elimination of diversity programs in admissions, hiring, and financial aid. The directive gives them 14 days to comply or risk losing federal funding. But Bridget Chavez reports that there's still a lot of questions.
This new directive from President Trump is shaking up how schools approach diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI initiatives.
DEI is not a harmful thing, it's a good thing.
The order aims to dismantle DEI programs and threatens to withhold funding from schools that don't comply. Washington Superintendent for Public Instruction says the order is not enforceable.
They say right in it that they don't have the power of law to actually do that. They're trying to intimidate us into that, which we will not be intimidated.
The Trump administration says the order stems from a 2023 Supreme Court ruling on affirmative action. The court ruled colleges cannot use race as a factor in deciding who gets accepted.
What DEI is today is not affirmative action, and that's very much confused throughout the executive order.
The executive director of the Southeast Seattle Education Coalition says any funding cuts could harm the most vulnerable students. About 7% of Washington's state education budget comes from federal funding.
The reality is that it will have major implications. These are programs like free and reduced lunch. These are additional funding for Title I schools that create additional support staff for students already struggling.
She says if schools do comply, there could be serious consequences for students who need support the most.
The fight of our lives is always every day now, but more than ever with the pressures that we're receiving, this is an opportunity for us to come together and say we can't allow our systems to go back.
Now, some educational organizations say the DEI directives are not legally binding. Some university administrators are awaiting further clarification before they move forward. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, we've got your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, giving you that live look outside, courtesy of Bi-Mart over in Yakima. Josh will be back with your full First Alert forecast right after the break.
Ready to bring your dream kitchen floor to life? At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. This month, pay no sales tax at your local Richland or Walla Walla Floor & Home.
At Good Shepherd, we're your primary care providers from the time your baby is born to caring for loved ones in older age. We're with your family every step of the way. With specialty services like kidney and heart care, urology, orthopedics, and cancer treatment, we provide the care you deserve close to home. And when life takes an unexpected turn, our urgent care team is here for you 7 days a week because your health can't wait. Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Start 2025 off right with a custom building from Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds. Cozy up to 10% off custom buildings. Need something right away? Get 20% off all in-stock inventory. It's the perfect time to create the space you've always wanted, with free, fast delivery and quality that'll stand up to the chilliest winter days. Whether it's for storage, hobbies, or just making room for your New Year goals, visit Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds and Sunnyside Shed Company today.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 for just $299 a month for 36 months, plus 2 years free maintenance. Only your local Ford dealer.
At Jewelry Design Center, we want to be your jeweler for life. We are locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you a showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. We are a team of artists, craftsmen, and professionals who create exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Take time to think it over, but we are not your average jewelry store. From our hands to your heart, we are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
Ready to bring your dream bathroom to life? At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. This month, pay no sales tax at your local Walla Walla or Tri-Cities Floor & Home.
Judy Justice, today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. I just want to give you the lay of the land again over the next 7 days as we'll be tracking a storm system for late today through Saturday and Sunday. That's storm system number 1, then storm system number 2 for Monday and Tuesday. Looking drier after that, but let's go ahead and get into the action. So this morning we'll start off with small chances of snow in the Cascades with some small rain chances coming down to the Kittitas Valley after 10 a.m. and into the Yakima Valley and Lower Columbia Basin after 12 p.m. This afternoon is also when rain and snow chances start to pick up for the Cascades, but snow levels will be rising as well. And for tonight, a wintry mix will be likely until 10 p.m. in the Cascades with the transition of freezing rain possible during the overnight hours. And small shower chances will make it down to the Blue Foothills and Blue Mountains around 6 p.m. with rain and snow possible at pass level in the Blues. Overall, chances for precip will stay fairly limited for the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Blue Foothills. Then for Saturday, it'll be another day where the highest precip chances are in the Cascades, with the rest of the area lagging behind. Freezing rain is possible in the Cascades before 7 a.m., but will likely transition to a cold rain for the rest of the day. Even the Blues could see a transition to exclusively rain, but that would likely be after 10 a.m. Then for Saturday night, after 4 p.m., we'll finally see our first surge of widespread wet weather from the storm system. Not only will rain still be likely in the Cascades, but it'll also be likely in the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, Lower Columbia Basin, and Blue Foothills. And this will likely continue through much of the night. So before we get to some of the rainfall and snowfall totals we're expecting from the storm system, I did want to touch on some of the wind gusts, gusting out of the southwest upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour for our mountain ranges. And that would be the peak wind gust time frame would be from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. for tomorrow. Now on to, well, first the snowfall totals over the next 36 to 48 hours, not impressive at all. Maybe an inch for Tollgate, maybe an inch for some of our Cascade passes. That's about all she wrote when it comes to that. But when it comes to the rainfall, this is going to be the main event over the next 48 to 96 hours. So over the next, well, I can't tally up. Anyway, from 4 in the morning on Friday to 4 in the morning on Monday, during that time frame, we're expecting 3.5 inches of liquid water, 3.5 inches of rainfall up towards Snoqualmie Pass, maybe an inch up in the Blues. And then you factor in what we could see for Monday and Tuesday, maybe another inch and a half of rain in the Cascades. So let's tally that up again, okay? 3.5 inches for Friday through Monday, and then 1.5 inches for Monday and Tuesday. You tally that up, that's over 5 inches of rain in the Cascades over the span of 4-ish to 5-ish days. So localized flooding will be possible as we'll have rain falling on top of existing snowpack, as the snow level is going to be way up there because high temperatures rising up as well, around 60 degrees in the Tri-Cities starting on Sunday, and we'll about maintain that warmth after that. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small rain chances Friday and Saturday, which will turn likely Saturday night into Sunday, then trending drier for Monday, Tuesday, and beyond. In Yakima, increasing rain chances over the next couple days. Rain likely Sunday and Monday, then dry and mild Wednesday and Thursday. For Ellensburg, small rain chances today, but rain likely for Saturday through Monday, then drier overall next week. In Hermiston, small rain chances today and tomorrow, which will grow tenfold Saturday night into Sunday, then looking drier for Monday and beyond. Then for Walla Walla, dry today, about a 50-50 shot of rain on Saturday, rain likely Sunday and Monday, then drier overall into next week.
Now, the morning sprint.
6:52 time for your, or 5:52 rather, time for your morning sprint and the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Kennewick Police Department arresting 3 people after an investigation involving massage parlors. We're told that they were arrested on suspicion of prostitution and certificate violation. The businesses include Sunshine Massage, Genesis Spa, and Lotus Massage, all in Kennewick. We're told local nonprofit Mirror Ministries is helping those who were affected by human trafficking at these locations.
And a Richland teen died from severe abuse on February 7th after being in an Indianapolis hospital for 11 days. The stepfather of the boy has now been charged with his murder, and his mom is charged with child abuse and neglect. Doctors say the 16-year-old boy suffered from a brain bleed, severe burns, bruising, a broken ankle, and fractures. Officials say the family moved from Richland to Indiana back in November, and the stepfather's next court date is on March 24th.
And the 2025 Lower Columbia Basin FFA Jamboree kicks off today in Findlay. Students will get to compete in activities that focus on career and leadership development. It gives students an opportunity to gain real-world experience, build confidence, and connect with professionals. The Jamboree is from 9 to 2 at Riverview High School. Next stop for the team, Washington State FAA Convention in May.
And at the Tri-City American home games, you'll see 50-50 tickets, and these are sold by the Tri-City Hockey Booster Club, which is an organization that's dedicated to promoting hockey in the area. The club has been around for over 30 years, and those tickets bring in more than $30,000 per year, and the money goes towards helping players pay for college and also to the equipment, and also ice rental time. And if you would like to get involved, the club meets every third Tuesday of the month at the Spectrum Studios in Kennewick at 6:30.
News out of Yakima now. Yakima Valley Libraries is collaborating with Yakima Nation Language Program to help share language and culture twice a month. Community members can go to the library to learn the language Ichishkin. Now, it's important in the Yakima culture, and the event is free. It's from 5 to 6 at the Yakima Central Library the first Thursday of the month, and the Toppenish Library on the third Thursday.
Now, in your national headlines this morning, Luigi Mangione is expected to appear in New York Supreme Court this afternoon. This will be his first appearance since pleading not guilty to murder charges in his arraignment, and Mangione is accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson back in December. The judge is expected to ask both the defense and prosecution for an update on exchange of evidence. A trial date could be set at this hearing. Cameras will not be allowed.
In your business headlines this morning, we've learned that the Trump administration can move forward with mass layoffs of probationary federal workers. That's people who have been on the job less than a year. A federal judge rejected a request from labor unions to block the mass layoffs. More than 50,000 probationary civilian employees of the Defense Department could lose their jobs, and those terminations could start today.
In your health news, a new study is linking the use of 6 muscle-building supplements to symptoms of body dysmorphia in teens. The study found substances like whey protein powder and other supplements were often taken by teens trying to gain muscle, and there was also a pattern of excessive gym time and obsessing over food intake.
In your sports news this morning, Major League Baseball is ending its broadcast relationship with ESPN. Both parties agreeing to let the current contract expire. MLB officials say that they were not open to ESPN's requests for a reduction in rights fees. So they're hoping to regain control of local broadcast rights as well as pursue some streaming and other broadcast options.
Trending this morning, Time Magazine has released its 2025 Women of the Year list.
So are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Who is it?
They're actress Nicole Kidman, gymnast Jordan Childs, and WNBA star Aja Wilson. Look at those incredible photos. Sorry.
I love those covers.
All good.
Yeah.
This is about the women, right? Well, Time will release the edition in 3 different covers, featuring the 3 women.
And it pays tribute to 13 women who they say identified problems, vowed to be part of the solution, and worked towards creating a better, more equitable world.
Other notable names on the list this year include actress and breast cancer awareness advocate Olivia Munn and reproductive rights advocate Amanda Zurawski.
It's always interesting to see who they pick.
Yes, it is.
I haven't looked at the rest of the list. Have you seen it?
No, I have. I was just pulling it up actually before we were coming into this to see who else was on it. But they always pick such incredible women of our times and women who are making a difference and advocating for such important causes for men and women alike.
Yeah, we can all just strive to be more like them. And I always like seeing those covers. It's always an incredible photo. Yeah,
are just stunning. Yeah.
I had an old coworker, and she would always say, "Let the women do the work." So
I like that.
That one goes out to her.
I'm stealing that.
Yep.
Yes, I love it. All right, and coming up next here on Good Morning Northwest, people gathering in Yakima this week to work on the county's plan to address homelessness. But the plan is now facing some pushback. Deputy Mayor Matt Brown saying he's concerned about the effectiveness of it.
And coming up, we'll have a deeper look into his concerns and also the response from a Yakima County Commissioner. That's all in our 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
More freezing fog for this morning, and then just a whole bunch of rain for this weekend, specifically up in the mountains. I'll tell you how much, and I'll touch on that flooding potential, and that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.